Hello, my name is SilverDarkPhoenix and this is my unboxing of Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher The Wild Hunt 3 from Dark Horse Deluxe and CD Projekt Red. This also has the bottom, it says not suitable for anyone below the ages of 3, as well as caution. This is not for children under the ages of 3. Choking hazard, ages 14 and plus, but if you're over or even under ages of 14, such as a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old, please don't eat the things inside or you might choke. So any 13-year-olds going out there just to buy this to eat it, you know, you've been warned, don't choke on it. So anyway, this is the front box. You have the logo of The Witcher The Wild Hunt 3 written here. On the bottom you have Dark Horse Deluxe, also CD Projekt Red, as well as Geralt's name. On the side you have the wolf head medallion, which is actually a quite detailed looking kind of picture of the wolf's head medallion. Also on the back you have Ciri, Yennefer, Triss, as well as Erdwin. I keep saying Erdin because it says Erdin. I'll have to look up to see how you pronounce his name properly, because I think it's some kind of Celtic, German kind of way you say it. Also you have a big image of Geralt on the side, which is kind of surprising that Triss' image is a completely different image than what they have of her as the sculptured statue, the figurine itself. But so far all I've seen is that Ciri is the same as the image on the side, but Triss isn't. Triss's image here doesn't suit the image of the statue, which is completely different. But Geralt's image here is exactly almost the same as the one in the box, but not exactly. He's still drawing a sword, but the sword is drawn a bit more here than it is here. I think if they drew the sword a bit higher, it would be hard for him to stand in the box. So on the top you have a window, which is kind of pointless because you can't see anything. On the bottom you still have the age restrictions as well as the choking hazard. So I'm going to open this up off screen and show you what it looks like without the box. So yeah, this is what he looks like outside the box. The expressions here, which are a bit strange, that technically the swords don't match the actual swords he's wearing, as well as I can't see, the pendant is very, yeah, you can barely see the pendant that he's wearing at this as well. I'll show you closely in a minute. But yeah, the swords are different compared to the ones in the image, as well as the actual design of Geralt is a lot some of this is a lot browner in certain areas with the leather compared to the image itself, which is kind of weird. The expressions, he does look like Geralt. He does have the body stance of Geralt. He does have the weapons as well as the chainmail. It actually is quite well done. So yeah, this is a kind of well designed image of Geralt. He gets his scar correct, the actual mouth is correct. The pendant, if I can just zoom in on this pendant here, looks like nothing like the pendant does on the actual side of the box. It's right, if I can just, it's right there, and it looks nothing. It just looks like a silver blob, really. But yeah, his expressions is quite well done. The yellow eyes, as well as some of the actual designs of it does look like Geralt. I mean, they even got the hair ponytail at the back properly. He has a little hook. I'm not kind of happy because the cable ties were actually going underneath this hook and through his arm to hold him to this piece of plastic. I'm not very happy with the hardened plastic, because a lot of Japanese figurines I do get and unbox, they actually do try to protect from hardened plastic the figurines, because Hardened plastic, if it gets chipped or even scratched in certain areas, can actually start to damage the figurine itself, or even in some cases they can actually break. The cable ties, which were only 3 of them, one was hooked underneath this hook and going through his arm. This could break off quite easily when taking him out. I mean, you have to really pull to take this out because the cable ties are quite annoying. The only thing that is concerning about this character is the swords, because they do stick out a bit. Also this little hook here that sticks out as well. These things could break off. If you drop this from a great height, some of this would break. I wouldn't expect any so, because on the back here, the sword actual hilt is very flimsy. It will break, because if you pull this a little too much, or even the sword itself will come off. There's also little bits and pieces of that he has which could break off quite easily as well. Overall, the figurine is well done. It's well detailed. There's not much blurring or smudges anywhere, apart from a bit disappointed with how they did the pendant. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in the pendant, if I can get in there. No, it's still blurry. I think you can see from here. It's still quite... It doesn't look like the wolf's head. But everything else, he does look like Geralt. The wolf's head is meant to look like that. All stands like this. I'm not very happy that it's a hollow base. There's no felt on the bottom to keep it kind of stayed. He does have the yellow eyes. He does look like Geralt. He does look more impressive than Ciri does. So at this moment, he is the third one I've unboxed, which was Ciri, Triss, and he's the third one. So at this moment, the best ones to buy would be Triss, then him, and then Ciri, because Ciri's face doesn't look like Ciri's. So anyway, if I was going to rate and say which one, if you only had enough money to buy one of these, I'd say go with Triss. But they are worth the money they are at this point, which was roughly around €30 to £25. I have seen people actually selling these things for like 100 to maybe 60. It's not worth the 60 overall price. I would wait until they go a bit cheaper, and then you get them at a cheaper price when they're actually reasonable price. But yeah, they are quite well done. They're quite detailed figures of the Witcher. So this is my unboxing of Geralt of Rivia. My name is SilverDarkPhoenix, and I'll see you next time.